Given the current given the current state of relations with the U.S., what hope do you have that CUSMA will be renewed?
Look,
after
relations
July?
are good. We have good conversations, good back and forth. There's a lot of work to be done for the review of CUSMA. That work has started, both reviews in the United States, internal reviews and consultations. That work has started in Mexico. It's finished in Canada. We'll be ready to sit down, and the process will continue.
Prime Minister, what do you hope out of the meeting today?
J'ai hâte de voir des premiers ministres de toutes les provinces et territoires un point tournant pour notre pays. Il y a beaucoup à faire, beaucoup d'énergie, un vrai sens d'équipe, une équipe Canada, et c'est fantastique. Juste avant les Olympiques.
Prime Minister and Premiers Eby and Smith. Is there a deal on the pipeline on the table right now?
Well, I can't comment on this particular meeting, but it's good to have the Premier in town. I'm going to meet with a number of them. There's never been such a greater sense of unity. I think Premiers understand what's going on in the world. They also saw yesterday, you may have seen the International Monetary Fund report that says that we need to continue the work we've been doing on building one Canadian economy. You know, you're talking about 210 billion of additional growth in the country. So I'm going to be meeting a number of them. There's projects of national interests. There are certainly issues on energy, on mining. We're going to reflect on the trip in Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. So it's good, and we're on the back of a G7 meeting of finance ministers yesterday. So I'm certainly going to be sharing some of the thoughts with colleagues. But, you know, Canada is being talked about. This morning we also had a Korean delegation in town, and I can tell you there's a lot of interest about Canada, stability, predictability. People want to do more with us, and it's our moment.
Comment M. Carney peut-il réconcilier Mme Smith et M. Eby?
Ben, c'est toujours une bonne chose de pouvoir discuter. Je pense que les gens réalisent encore mieux maintenant qu'avant la proximité entre la sécurité énergétique, la sécurité économique et la sécurité nationale. Je pense que dans un monde où on voit plus d'incertitudes, plus de divisions, le Canada peut jouer un rôle important. Je pense que on est capable de développer nos ressources de façon responsable.
C'est en simplement répétant son message ou est-ce qu'il y a des façons de les réconcilier?
Ben, il y a toujours, moi je pense dans le dialogue, il y a toujours des solutions. Et l'important, c'est de se rencontrer. Comme je vous dis, moi je vais rencontrer plusieurs premiers ministres des provinces aussi aujourd'hui. On avait une réunion du G7 hier, beaucoup de choses à discuter au niveau des minéraux critiques, de l'énergie, des projets d'intérêt nationaux. Il y a beaucoup d'intérêt pour le Canada. Vous savez, on arrive de l'Asie, de l'Europe, Moyen-Orient. Et travailler en partenariat avec les provinces, c'est important. Vous avez vu le rapport du Fonds monétaire international qui disait si on éliminait les barrières interprovinciales, il y aurait un gain significatif, 210 milliards.
Il y a des discussions avec Meta pour ramener les nouvelles sur Facebook. Êtes-vous au courant de ça?
Non, j'ai pas vu ça passer. J'ai pas vu ça ce matin passer.
Keir Starmer.
Sure.
Is the GST rebate about a spring election? That's a big check that we're learning a lot.
No, not at all. This is about making sure you meet people at the moment where they need, and actually people understand that they needed a boost to cover the excess price food inflation, and at the same time having a bridge towards 2030. Canadians understand that all the investment we're going to bring are going to make our country stronger and richer, but in the meantime, people are concerned about the end of the week, the end of the month, and you need to meet people where they are.
Keir Starmer has rejected Carney's Davos speech. What is your reaction to that?
I would say the Prime Minister said out loud what a lot of people thought privately, and well, I can speak for him, but I would say the vision that he presented is one that resonated, and I can tell you Canada is really a country where people look up now for investments, for our values resonate, and certainly we're happy to work with all our partners.
Mr. Champagne, vous n'avez pas tout à fait répondu à la question de mon collègue sur le pays. Between the Prime Minister and Premiers Eby and Smith.
Well, listen, I hope we continue to have good dialogue, good progress on how we can build the economy together. We were just with Premier Eby at BC caucus. He is obviously very keen to work with our government to make sure we keep moving things forward for BC, and I'm hoping it's a productive conversation with him and the Premier.
Is the government to a deal on your view on the pipeline?
I can't comment on that.
Do you think there'll be a deal today?
Can you talk about pipelines?
With the Prime Minister and Premiers Eby and Smith.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, what we always try to find is accord and happiness and confederation. So I think that there's going to be difficult conversations. There are different interests, but we're all on Team Canada. We're all trying to do the best for our country, and that's what I hope.
How can you reconcile Alberta and British Columbia?
Well, I don't think Alberta and British Columbia are as far apart as is sometimes discussed. The reality is they are both provinces that share a great deal in common. You know, I think as an Albertan, I look west. I know British Columbians, they come east. You know, the Rocky Mountains bond us more than they split us. And look, I think that there are a lot of things that Premier Eby has said he's open to. There's a lot of things Premier Smith has said she's open to. That's space for a deal, in my opinion.
On the pipeline, I mean, they're not so close.
Oh, I would disagree strongly. I think that Premier Eby has said that he is open to looking at other routes, just not a north route. And I think Premier Smith has said she is very interested in making sure this is done in a socially responsible way, in a way that combines with pathways to reduce carbon. So,
right now,
as far as I know, I'm not. You know, that's something that Alberta is doing. They're looking at talking to proponents. They're looking to bring a proposal forward, but there's no proposal right now. They're looking to bring one by the spring. I think June is the date they've given themselves on that.
Would that bypass the coastal First Nations, this north route?
Well, no, sorry. A northern route would be, a southern route is the one that would go to, you know, outside of the lands that are deeply contested and where they take.
Is this about stopping Alberta separatism?
No, I think that we always want to make sure the country works for all peoples. Alberta is a province of 5 million people. It's a very important part of Confederation. It's my home. I love it dearly. And of course we want Confederation to work for Alberta. We want it to work for BC. We want it to work for Saskatchewan.
How confident are you that you will find? How confident are you to find a private proponent for such a pipeline, knowing that nobody's coming forward to buy the Trans Mountain one?
Well, I'm not currently seeking a private proponent at all. The government of Alberta is looking to work with proponents, and they're looking to bring forward something in June, and we'll see what they come up with.
Pipeline essential to national unity.
How do look, I think it's essential to our economic sovereignty from the United States. I think we sell 90% of our product to the U.S. right now. I think we know that that's not a great idea and that we've got to diversify our markets. So I think it's vitally important to Canada's sovereignty.
Do you think she's still committed to the MOU? She's talked about, you know, potentially watering down the carbon price. She's talked about a 6-month approval instead of a 2-year approval. She doesn't sound as committed to what she committed to last fall.
Well, I think that there were always going to be discussions as to what the, you know, the measurements look like, and those are ongoing. That's why we've got additional dates in the MOU. Business wants certainty. They want us to get to conclusion on that quickly. That's why the MOU has the dates it does. In terms of 6 months over 2 years, I think we all understand the need for speed, but we also understand that we've got to build things durably and that we've got to do it in collaboration with partners. And look, I think that it's good that people are always pushing to go faster, but we got to do this right.
Do you think that Alberta should share some parts of the benefits from eventual pipeline?
Yeah, well, look, I think that the benefits already flow much more broadly in this country than people appreciate. It creates an awful lot of revenue for the federal government. It creates jobs in British Columbia. It creates jobs in Ontario. That was always true with the oil industry. It is Canada's industry. People think of it as Alberta's industry, but that steel comes from Ontario. Those jobs, the people working those lines, they live in British Columbia, and this is good for the country. This is our largest export market.
But should Alberta give away something to British Columbia?
I think Alberta is in a negotiation right now, and I'll let Alberta negotiate.
What about Paraguay's route is under consideration right now, and how that would address concerns from the coastal First Nations?
Well, that's really a conversation for Alberta. The MOU says a pipeline to the west coast. It's a very big coast, and the tanker ban covers a certain portion of the coast, but not all of the coast. Okay. Thank you.
Smith and the Prime Minister today.
I think it's always a good thing when premiers and the Prime Minister have conversations. That's how you get things done in a federation.
Would deal with the pipeline, do you think?
I have no idea, but I think it's a positive thing that they're going to sit down and have a conversation.
And how can we reconcile Mr. Eby and Madame Smith?
Well, I mean, that's up to them. They're both premiers of important provinces.
Yeah, but Mr. Carney is going to do the dad over there.
Yeah, in a federation, that's the role of the Prime Minister. I mean, and I think it's a positive thing. They're having a conversation.
I want to be very clear about this recent article around the F-35 and fighter jet fleets for Canada. As I've said on many occasions, the question of acquisition of a replacement fighter fleet and the F-35 in particular remains under review. Obviously, we're looking at the important questions around Canada's security and sovereignty. We have to consider facts like interoperability. We have to consider facts like benefits, industrial benefits around the country, something that's being worked out. And so what's happening now is no final decision has been made, and the review continues.
When is the final decision? En français, votre statement premièrement.
Donc écoutez, c'est important de comprendre que le Canada, le gouvernement va prendre le temps nécessaire pour arriver à une décision finale. La revue continue vis-à-vis l'acquisition du F-35. Bon, voilà.
Half of the Women's Advisory Council quit. What are your thoughts on that?
Good morning. As I said in my statement yesterday, I thank the members of the Women's Veterans Council, both for their service to Canada and as part of the Council. The lived experiences that they have shared have informed many important conversations. As a voluntary council, I respect their decision to pursue other options, and I look forward to working with the Council and the veterans as we move forward.
But I understand that they quit because they didn't feel that you were engaged enough. So how do you respond to that?
Again, we will continue to work together to take the lived experiences and build a path forward. Thank you.
When we can expect the AI strategy to come out?
Oh, hey, yeah, this quarter we're working hard on it, so it should be coming soon as the big part of our agenda. It will be a big part. I would say within the quarter, for sure. Yeah.
C'est neuf en comité, puis on ne sera pas fini d'étudier là tout de suite. Est-ce que vous avez un peu cédé aux conservateurs à ce niveau-là? Est-ce que leur obstruction, ça a fonctionné?
Je ne crois pas, parce qu'on va retourner. On n'a pas accepté la proposition des conservateurs de juste tourner ces 14. On a dit qu'il faut revenir après 3 réunions. Donc, on va recommencer ces 9 le lundi en 2 semaines.
Et ces 14, est-ce que vous êtes content? Vous voyez que c'est le signe d'une collaboration possible avec les conservateurs?
On va voir aujourd'hui les 2 prochaines réunions, mais j'espère bien. J'espère qu'on peut adopter ces 14 et retourner à ces 9.
OK,
merci.
Any sort of, I guess, like consolation? I know you're not happy about the decision that the committee made yesterday. But
which decision?
Sorry, the decision to switch from C9 to C4.
I voted in favor of it. I'm perfectly happy with it.
I mean, I assume you would have preferred to finish off C9.
I mean, again, the Combination Act is incredibly important. I would have liked the Conservatives to have worked with us to finish it instead of filibustering. But I don't mind moving to a bail bill that I think is also very important and finishing it in 3 meetings and going back to the Combating Hate Act.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
thanks.
Ben on va voir, hein? Des nouvelles apparemment qui s'en viennent.
Oui, ça va dépendre selon vous de quoi. Est-ce qu'il y a un candidat à la relève pour le poste de Premier ministre qui ferait plus votre affaire?
Donc là, vous me demandez de m'ingérer dans la course à la direction d'un parti provincial, c'est peu probable que je m'en mêle.
Disons pour la région de Québec, est-ce que... Où en êtes-vous, disons, sur le 3e lien? Vous avez toujours été...
Moi, mon enjeu, c'est comme député de la circonscription de Québec-Centre, par lequel le projet de 3e lien, s'il va de l'avant, passerait. Ce serait des effets dévastateurs pour des quartiers comme Saint-Malo, Saint-Sauveur, Vanier. C'est difficile d'imaginer qu'on éventrerait des quartiers comme ceux-ci pour faire passer une autoroute là, sur la rive nord de la ville de Québec.
Avez-vous l'impression que le projet est mort et enterré?
On verra. Je crois que ce qu'on entend du gouvernement de la CAQ, c'est que non. Mais c'est sûr que dans ma circonscription, il y a énormément de gens qui sont inquiets de ça. Ce sont des quartiers de classe moyenne, avec des endroits parfois même patrimoniaux, des quartiers industriels. Donc c'est un tissu urbain qui est là depuis des décennies, sinon des siècles. Et ce serait difficile de le défigurer avec un tel projet.
Il semblerait même que le Parti libéral du Québec serait ouvert maintenant à l'idée du 3e lien.
Avec le tracé qui est proposé présentement, ça m'étonnerait beaucoup qu'un tracé comme celui-ci puisse être appuyé au cours des prochaines élections provinciales, mais ce sera évidemment aux partis provinciaux
Mais alors,
dans le déterminer.
votre position, elle est par rapport au tracé ou au concept même d'un troisième lien où qu'il se trouve?
En fait, c'est un projet du gouvernement du Québec. Si ce n'était pas un projet qui passerait par ma circonscription, j'aurais peu de choses à dire. Mais c'est sûr que comme député de la circonscription des Québec-Centre, qui est en plein milieu de la ville de Québec, avec toute l'histoire, la richesse patrimoniale et naturelle de ma circonscription, puis le milieu de vie de gens qui sont là depuis longtemps, je ne peux pas imaginer qu'un tel tracé, celui qui est envisagé présentement, passe en plein milieu de ma circonscription.
Merci.
Mr. Lewis in an election. He came third. What was it like facing Eby Lewis in an election?
I mean, Eby Lewis is a great communicator. He's a very passionate speaker, and I know a lot of people find him very compelling. And yeah, I mean, he's got some things that he's willing to stand for. A lot of things I agree with him. So, wish him luck.
But on the doorstep, going toe to toe, door to door, trying to win an election, trying to be an MP. What was he like to face down? I mean, he came third against you in Sea to Sky Country last time, 2 elections ago. What do you?
Yeah, I mean, look, he ran a very strong campaign. I think it's very challenging to run as an NDP candidate in just given the nature of my riding. But yeah, I mean, he's a talented communicator, talented debater. He is able to bring in a lot of endorsements from people all around the world, and he's got a big platform. And so yeah, no, I think it was it meant that I had to sharpen my game. I think I became a better candidate, a better MP as well. So I think he's a very strong candidate.
You're a local guy compared to him. He had moved in from Toronto. Was that an issue? You were more the local candidate versus him. I'm just trying to see where things were going between, from Gibsons to West Van. So.
Yeah. So I mean, his Naomi Klein, her parents have lived on the Sunshine Coast for forever, and so they have family roots to that effect, and so they're very much ingrained from that point of view. And I know they've had, going back for decades, they've had a vacation home on the Sunshine Coast, and so they do have a presence there for a long time. But yeah, so they do have that connection as well.
Any concerns about facing him in the next election in your riding? Or?
Well, I don't know. Should he become the candidate, I don't know where he would choose to run. But yeah, no. Just as I mentioned before, he's a great speaker, very very compelling candidate, and I think he'll be a challenge wherever he runs if he runs.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Good afternoon. I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate Marielle Thompson and Mikhail Kingsbury on being named Canadian Olympic team flag bearers for Milano Cortina. It's a huge honor. It's something that's close to my heart, and I'm really, really glad that we're honoring these 2 amazing champions with the privilege of carrying the flag at the opening ceremonies. And I just want to say congratulations to both of them. Really glad that the Canadian Olympic Committee is doing what so many other national Olympic committees are doing, which is providing an opportunity to 2 athletes at the same time. And go Canada, go!